वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. I welcome everyone who are available in the temple, present over here, as well as those people who are online. Because of some technical things I was trying to do, we are a bit late today to start, so my apology on that side. Today, 27th of May, we are going to think further on Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and how it is applicable to our life every day. We always do the pooja of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and we respect it. But unfortunately, because of our education, which is not in Sanskrit, or sometimes it is not taught to us at home also, we do not know about it. So we say that it is a great book, it is a very respectful book, there are great knowledge in it, but we never know what is in it. Imagine a child is going to a school and the teacher is showing all the books to him and telling that these books are containing great knowledge. These books are containing information which is going to be very useful in your life. And it is also for the betterment of the society and peace in the society. But they don't open the book and teach you. They just keep in front of you and you have to pray the book. What will happen? Will the child learn anything? Will the child be able to apply those values, those thoughts, those directions in the life? It will not. And unfortunately that is happening to us now, as well as that was happening for last hundreds of years. And so what we are doing now, we should be looking at it with more pride. We should be looking at it as a understanding that what we are trying to do here is actually to open the book and to see what is in it for me and to apply it in today's life, to apply it in the form where we are having the society, the technology, the need of the society as of today and in future. That is why our whole program is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita for me, now and in future. So we are going forward with the sloka over here. We will go with the sloka. We are looking at the second chapter. The first chapter was Arjun Vishad Yoga. Arjun is unhappy. He is sad that he has to kill his kids and kings who are in the opposite side of the war, in the war. And so he is unhappy. He doesn't want the kingdom. He doesn't want to live happily with all the money, wealth and power and positions. And so there is a Arjun Vishad Yoga. And then the second chapter here is what we are discussing now. The God is telling him the identification of ourselves, Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga Nama Dvitiyo Adhyaya. Sankhya Yoga, we are looking at who we are. Are we body? Are we soul? How do we exist? What is our existence? What are the causes of our existence? How do we exist? Where we were and where we are going to go before the birth and after the death. All these things are explained in Sankhya Yoga. And it is not only that, it is also teaching us how to live in our life. Because one of the thought is that if this body is mortal, if the body is going to die, then why to even work for it? So there are so many misunderstandings also created by many people for their own reasons. And so here we are also looking into what is the correct meaning of it, what God is trying to guide us on. And that is what we are looking at in the second chapter of Sankhya Yoga. And I will be taking 42nd sloka again today to go a little bit more in detail on each thing. So where we stopped last time was Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana. That was the stanza of the 41st sloka where we stopped. And it is telling Ekeha Kurunandana. This is the only way. Kurunandana means Arjun. Nandan means the son of Kuru, the son of the dynasty of Kuru. So Vyavasayatmika Buddhir, a resolute intellect is the only way to succeed in this life as well as in the future life. And so what we are generally taught and what we generally see, that all those people who really are concerned about their life and how to live, and then we do lots of pooja and everything. And this is the sloka number 42 and 43 is talking about those part, the Karmakand, the rituals. So I will chant the sloka first here. Yamimam puspitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitaha vedavadarata partha nanyadasti tivadina. This is the 42nd one. And 43rd, because they both combinedly together give one message, so I will go with the further one also, 43rd. Kamatmana swarga para janma karma phala pradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati. Yes. So here, the God is giving the message, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham. God is talking about Pushpitam Vacham, Pravadantya Vipaschitaha, Vedavadarta. Vedavadarta. What it means is that Veda is telling us the rituals, how we should be praying God, what are the part of it, and that is why we also talked about a bit on what the Veda is containing. So Veda is containing the rhymes, the slokas. So when we are doing any puja, we have got the sloka, people are chanting the sloka. Then we have got Brahmana. Brahman means the Karmakand, the part which we are moving around. So we put oil on the God statue, we put milk on the Shiva, we put flower at the feet of Lord Ganesha, and like that. So that movement, what is to be done, and what you take in hand, and while taking it hand and putting it at the feet of the God, what we are chanting. So when we do the Karmakand, this is what we are doing. Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham. So, and then the other one, the third part of Veda is Aranyak. So in Aranyak, it is giving the part of the bhakti. Means it should be in our heart. We should not be mechanically doing it. Imagine there is a robot who is having a speaker in it, and the robot is chanting the sloka through the speaker, and robot is also lifting a flower and putting at the feet of the Lord Ganesha. But we know that robot doesn't have the bhakti in it. Robot doesn't have the feeling about the God in it. So that bhakti and feeling is part of Aranyak. So Veda has got 4 parts: the rhymes, the Brahman, the Aranyak, and the 4th part is Upanishad. 4th part is Upanishad. Upanishad means the logical reasoning. Why we are doing it, what is the purpose of doing it, what is the meaning of doing it, why exactly we are doing only in that way, why every God has got a different way of Karmakand in it, of prayers in it. All these things are explained very clearly in Veda, in Upanishad. So in Veda there are 4 parts: rhymes, Brahman, Aranyak, and Upanishad. Now, there are so many Upanishads, and it is told that Shrimad Bhagavad Gita is the extract of all the Upanishads. There is a sloka for it also. That imagine that all the Upanishads are cow, then all the extract, all the milk out of it, which is taken by the Gopalanandana, in other words, the Krishna, and put it into the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. So when we are talking about Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, the importance, why and where it has come from, it is not only that it was in the battlefield of the Kurukshetra, but where it has been taken, how and where the thoughts are being taken is from Upanishad, from all the Vedas. So if we study Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, we will be able to study all the Upanishad, and in other words, all the Veda meaning. So let us come back to this sloka. So when the Veda is telling this, and when if we are doing only robotically the movement, the rhyming, and even bhakti in our heart, but if we do not understand the meaning of it, then the complete Karmakand, the complete procedure is not followed correctly, is not understood, and so hence the result of it, the impact of it, the objective of doing that Karmakand is not achieved. That is the problem. So we see that sometimes we see the people that, oh, this person has been doing the bhakti, this person was doing all the puja for like 20 years in life. But still we see that person as a selfish person, we see that as a mean person. We see that, oh, how can this person do like this if he has been praying God? If he has been going to Ganga and taking bath every year? If he is donating millions of dollars to the temple and to people and working for the society, still we find that that person has not overcome. That person has not overcome the limitations of a human being as himself. All the kama, krodha, moha, lobha, all are there in that person even after 20 years of puja. Why? We have to ask that question. Because if we don't, then whatever resources we have used, time, money, space, people, everything, even the feeling, because Aranyak is a feeling of heart, that is all lost and going in vain. And that should not happen, and that is why God has taken a special attention to this item with 2 slokas in chapter 2, 42 and 43 sloka. That Yamimam Pushpitam Vacha, whatever the Vedas are telling, the great words, the beautiful words, the rewarding words, the fragrance like pushpa, flower, all those words, Pravandatya Vipaschita, and they speak of that also, Vedavadartha Partha Nanyadastiti Vadina. But if we do not understand part of it, and we do it only for what? Kamatmana Swargapara. For the purpose of self. Kama means anything which I need. See, we always see, whenever we go to any, when we do any puja or something, that is one type of yajna, that is called as a Kama yajna. I want to achieve something. I want to find a job. I don't have a job. I want a job. So I will do some prayer. I want a kid. I don't have any baby. I am a married person, but I am looking for a nice, children. I want to have children. So I will do the prayer. All these are kamatmana. All the worldly happiness which I think happiness, I need it, and so I will do the puja. Another is Swarga Para. After the death also, I want to go up and I want to get the heaven. I want to go to the heaven. I don't want to go to hell. And so with the fear of hell and heaven, with that understanding, I will do the puja. And Janma Karma Phala Pradam. Yeah. Because I am doing a puja, it is my great karma, and that is why it will give me a good Janma in the next birth. So it is telling all 3 things. Kamatmanam means all the happiness in this world. Then after dying, I should get a heaven. And then when I am reborn, Janma should be Karma Phala Pradam. I should be reborn in a very good home, a very rich family. So I will be very happy. So these 3 things are part of Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. And to do this, people are doing extreme efforts. They do lots of puja, they do lots of things. And why? Bhogeshwarya Gatim Pratim. Bhoga and Aishwarya. Bhog means the sensual happiness. And Aishwarya means all the resources. Ampleness of resources, unlimited resources for unlimited time. That is Bhogeshwara Gatim Prati. If we do that, what happens? The meaning of the Veda in the Upanishad part is not understood. If we do not understand it, let us take an example. We know about Pradakshina. We have the God in the center and we do the Pradakshina in the temple. Everybody do the Pradakshina. People know that we should do the Pradakshina. So why do we do the Pradakshina? If somebody has to ask first, why are we doing Pradakshina? Why Why are we looking for the Pradakshina to be part of our prayer? Why do we do that? So the reason for Pradakshina, the reason for we have got the story also that there was Shankar Bhagwan and Parvati were sitting, and then there was a competition between Ganapati and Kartikeya. So Kartikeya, so they told that who is a better son, who is a better person. So they told that one who is going to take the round all round in the world and come first, that will be the person who is going to be the first guy, and he is going to be the winner. And then we know that Kartikeya was having the peacock as his, he was riding peacock. So peacock can fly faster. But Ganapati having only a mouse to ride. So what did Ganapati do? Ganapati take round around. He told that, oh, dad and mom, yes. He told his father and mother, Lord Shiva and Devi Parvati, you sit in the center and I will go around you. Because Mata Pita is the center of the world for the child. So he took all round and then he win. The story is there for Pradakshina. That is where we see in the Pradakshina story. In other words, for the child, Seva of Mata and Pita is the prime importance. All the actions of the child should be towards the father and mother and for their service. That is what the meaning of it. That is what it says. But it has got another meaning in it. Another meaning is Ganapati means the leader, the political leader. Ganapati means political leader. Gano ka pati means a political leader. When a political leader is taking any action, when a political leader is moving around in his country, in his place, even a regular leader, not only elected leader, any leader, Ganapati is any leader. Ganapati means leader. Ganapati doesn't mean only elected leader. So a leader should have both things in mind. One, the jnana, the understanding, because Shankar Bhagwan is the Lord of jnana. So he should value the sensible people, the wise people. He should take the advices from the wise people. But he should not neglect the power, the Amba Mata, the Parvati, the goddess who is riding on the lion. So when a leader is supposed to work, he is supposed to work in both areas. He is supposed to work with the jnana, take the knowledge from the wise people in the country, as well as support and take the importance of the power also. Imagine there is a great leader who is giving value to the knowledge, but no power. He is a powerless person. He can't make change in the society. On the other hand, if there is a leader who is taking only power as a consideration, which we see generally nowadays, what happens? In such case, what will happen? He will be a tyrant person because he doesn't use the advices from the knowledgeable people of the society, the good people of the society. So that is another message from that story, that that Ganapati, when how a leader is supposed to behave. Imagine this message is taught to the kids right from the childhood in the schools. What will happen? We will be able to produce great leaders. Nowadays we see there are very few people who are great leaders. In politics we see corruption. We see only bad people over there. We advise our kids that don't go there. Don't go in politics. This example is clearly telling so many things. Number one, our Vedas, our messages are very clear and even applicable at any given time. It is applicable at any given time. And second part is that when we are doing the prayer, when we are doing the Pradakshina, we should be knowing that all my actions will be towards the God and the God's work. When I have got that thing in my mind and I do Pradakshina every day, it will be a everyday reminder to me that I am supposed to work in what way. That is exactly why the Pradakshina is. So this example is telling us that if the Upanishad part, the knowledge part is taken out, and if just a person is taking around a idol, that taking round around the idol will not give the correct message and able to change the character of a person. And that is why Upanishad, the thoughts are extremely important. And that is what God is trying to give over here, the message. Same way for everything. Why Nandi? Nandi is always facing the God, Lord Shiva. Nandi is always facing it. You should work hard. Just by pleading the God that, oh Shiva, please help me, oh Shiva, please help me, that will not work. Nandi is a great example of hard work. What does a bull do? What does the ox do? Hard work. If you want jnana because you are praying Lord Shiva, you have to do hard work. Merely praying the Lord Shiva and putting lot of milk on the Lord Shiva will not help. You have to work hard. That is what it is telling. That is why Nandi is facing the Lord Shiva. So this meaning after behind our pujas has to be understood, and that is what it is telling, that if we are not doing, it will be merely yamimam pushpitam vacham. It will be merely a flowery words of Vedas, but it is not going to impact. It is not going to change our character, our behavior as an individual as well as in the society. So what happens? If the thoughts are not there and we are not understanding it and we are just doing it, what happens? Number one, the self-esteem is lost. We are beggars. We are merely beggars. It may be a very rich person, but still a beggar. A normal person will come and say that, oh God, please let me have a job of $50,000 or whatever amount he is looking for. A billionaire will also come and say that, oh, I am putting this new manufacturing plant, and I need, $20 billion of profit. So please God help me. Even if he is a billionaire, he is still the beggar, because he is coming to the temple and merely begging. So what happens because of that? The self-esteem is lost. We know that only begging is a loss of self-esteem. Atma gaurav ka nash hota hai. Second part, if we do not understand the meaning of it, just like the case of Nandi which we talked, if we do not understand the meaning of it, what will happen? We will be indulged into akarmanyata, inaction. We will just put our hands together and we will say that, oh, God is going to help me, God is great, and I will not be putting any of my thoughts and efforts towards a positive result. I will be merely standing in front of the God with both my hands and just asking for help like a beggar. It will create a akarmanyata. A thoughtless karmakand will create akarmanyata in the mind of the devotee. And then secondly, when we do that way, in our back of our mind, there is always a doubt whether this will happen or not happen. So we do not achieve the complete faith. Yeah, we are doing bhakti, but we will not have the vishwas in the God that the God is going to help us. Because we always have a question in back of our mind, as we do not understand the meaning of it. And if we do not have the correct meaning in our mind, wrong people will come and explain us in a wrong way, and we are going to fall for it. We are going to fall in the hands of all the wrong people who are trying to take advantage of our innocence. We should not be doing that. We should not go into blind faith. Andhashraddha. It is Shraddha, but it is Andha. It is blind. If we do not understand the meaning of the message, then we will be in a blind Shraddha. So somebody will say, oh, I want to pass in the exam. So what will I do? I will take 500 Pradakshinas every day. So he will go and he will take 500 Pradakshina. If he doesn't understand the meaning of Pradakshina, to work hard, to have the focus in my study, then that Pradakshina he will not be able to pass in the exam just by merely taking 500 Pradakshina around God. And hence we lose our value in our own mind, because we see that there is no result coming out of our puja. There is no result coming. And so the new generation will say that this is all not correct. I am not going to do any puja. And that is exactly what we are saying as of today. The new generation is not believing in these things, and they are not coming for the puja. They are not doing puja because they don't find a correct reason behind the puja. They are confused. They don't understand that for so many years, hundreds and thousands of years, why this puja had been done? For what purpose? Because the logical reasoning is lost. They will say that this is waste of resources. They will say that this is all waste of resource. You are putting flowers, you are putting milk, honey, panchamrut snanam. Yeah. They will say this is a waste. Rather, what you should be doing is that give that milk and honey to the kids. They will say that. Put the milk to the people. Give to the people. Why you are wasting so much of resources? Why such a large temple? Why so many ornaments to the god and goddesses? They will ask that. And because we don't have the logical reasoning behind it, we will be mum. We will be silent. And when we are silent, they will stop coming. It will go into conversion problem. They will start converting. Because somehow, by wrong, even if it is completely wrong, they will find a reason in it. See, there are reasons. There are right reason and wrong reason, but at least there is a reason. So they will convert. And then we will make a hue and cry. Then there will be misinterpretation. Like caste system, Varna Vyavastha. It will be misrepresented. And we will start even blaming our ancestors to follow such wrong methods, rather than correctly understanding why it was established. And it was there for so many years. Because we have lost the logical reasoning behind it. So all these things are explained through this sloka, Yamimam Pushpitam Vacham Pravadantya Vipaschita. If we are only following and rhyming, chanting the flowery words of Veda for Kamatmanam, Swarga Para and Janma Karma Phala Pradam, for this worldly happiness, for the Swarga and for the new birth in a better place. And then we do lot of Karmakand in it. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. For what? Bhogeshwarya Gati Pratim. Bhog Aishwarya. For we do only for that. That will not work correctly. And so God is trying to tell us here that whatever we are doing puja is not incorrect. We should be doing puja. We must be doing puja. We must do all those rituals and procedures. Our Panditjis who do the puja have done lot of effort to study that. They have put their years together to make it in a perfect way, to present it. Even to chant sloka for 1 hour, it is needing lot of effort. It's not easy to chant sloka for 1 hour. There are a lot of meaning behind it. Is it just without any reason? There is a lot of reason. So number 1 is respect for Pandits. They are not merely chanting sloka for money. They are putting some value, thoughts in our life. They are trying to do that. So try to understand. Whenever we are doing puja, always try to understand. Humbly, you can even ask questions if you are having a problem, a doubt. There are a lot of things they are bringing to our home. It's not only merely the Karmakand. Not merely rhyming, putting flowers here and there and telling that you put your hand together as a bhakti. No, it has got a lot of meaning behind it, which they know very well. And they have studied it. That is why they are respectful. They are respectable. So what we should be doing? If that is the case, and we are not knowing, we do not know the sloka, we do not know the meaning. So number 1 is study. And that is exactly what we are trying to do here. We are trying to open each sloka and try to understand the meaning of it. And we are trying to see that if we can apply it in our life. Some people do the puja, they bring the Pandit at home and they just sit over there and they think that everything great will happen to them. It will not. It is like we go to a gym, we pay money for the gym membership, we go to the gym every day and we just look at the treadmill, we just look at the weight machines. What will happen? Will we get a good health? No. Unless we understand the meaning of it, unless we ourselves do the exercise, we will not get a good health. In the same way, whenever we are doing any puja, try to understand it. Try to understand the meaning behind it. So we will go further on the next sloka over here. There are so many things in that sloka, but what is basically needed is what is called as a vanchan, chintan and manan. We should be reading, we should do the contemplation and then meditation. These three things are required to be done by us. Nobody else can do it for ourselves, except ourselves. We have to do that. We have to put a positive effort towards it. Then only all the puja which we are doing, all the bhakti in our heart, all the rituals which we do, all the resources which we put into it will be coming to a correct, positive, expected result. That is what it is. Okay, so we'll go to the next sloka, sloka number 44. I will change the sloka and we'll go further. The God is explaining this further. First, God has explained from the Veda side that when Veda is telling these 4 things and what we are supposed to focus into it. And now he is going further, he is explaining it further in the 44th sloka of 2nd chapter. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pahata chetasam Vyavasayatmika buddhi Samadhau na vidiyate. Yeah, Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam. Prasaktana is important word here. Prasaktana means one whose minds are deeply attached. Bhog and Aishwarya. Bhog means sensual happiness. Aishwarya means resources. Those people whose brain is asakta, prasakta. Pra means over, more, extended, beyond. Asakta and Prasakta. Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam, whose brain is deeply attached in Bhog and Aishwarya, Taya Pahata Chetasam, Taya, them, by that. Aparita Chetasam, will be bewildered. So those whose brains are connected to Bhog and Aishwarya, deeply attached, their brain will be, intellect will be bewildered. And then Vyavasayatmika buddhi, resolute brain, resolute intellect is necessary. Otherwise, Samadhau na vidiyate. Samadhau means fulfillment. Fulfillment will not be achieved. Satisfaction will not be achieved. A satisfaction will not be achieved unless there is a resolute brain, resolute intellect. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So it is very important. Here, and this sloka is giving 2 major areas, that what is a fulfillment, what is a satisfaction as a part of life. And we all know about that example of Alexander the Great and his guru Aristotle. Alexander conquered the world. And he thought that, you know what, I conquered the world, I should give something to my guru. I should pay respect and I should give him something. Because I conquered the world, I got everything in my life. There is nothing in the world which I cannot bring to his feet. So he goes to Aristotle, who is his guru. This Aristotle is an old man now. He was in the morning, he was sitting on a big smolder, a black color stone, a large stone. He was sitting over there in the sun. The sun was rising, there is a sunlight, the early morning, the sunlight is coming, and he's sitting on the stone over there. He's sitting on the smolder. And then Sikandar goes to him, Alexander goes to him, and Alexander tells him. And we have to also see the words, these words makes lots of meaning. So he is telling that the conqueror of the world, the great Alexander, conqueror of the world, has come in front of you and is standing in front of you. So whatever you need, I am going to give you. Because I have conquered the world, I own the whole world, I can give you anything what you need. He's telling them. The conqueror of the world. Remember, he is not an elected politician, he is a conqueror, he is a king, he is an emperor. And he is telling whatever you need. If an emperor comes to us and we will ask whatever you need, what we will ask? We'll ask for so many things. Land, bungalow, money, women, power, position. We'll ask so many things. So when he asks Aristotle tells him that, you know what? I am an old man now. And so, an old man generally feels very cold and shivering in the morning. And so what I do, that every day morning, I come and I sit on this smolder, on this big stone. So when I am sitting on this big stone, the sunlight comes, it heats up the stone as well as it heats up my body. And I feel warmth. And that is why I come every day morning and I sit over here. Now today what happened, that because you have come, you are standing there between me and the sun. Your shadow is coming on me. So I am feeling little cold. So if you want to give me something, please just step aside. That's the only thing you can give me. Imagine the psychology of Aristotle. Imagine how much fulfillment he has got in his life. His level of satisfaction, his level of fulfillment cannot be replaced by any material object. That is what is called as a fulfillment. So, Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam, those who are deeply attached only with Bhog and Aishwarya, their brain will be bewildered, their intellect will be bewildered, and they will never get the resolute brain, and that is why Samadhau na vidiyate, they will never have the feeling of fulfillment. That is what this example is. That is what this sloka is telling. A wavering mind will be happening. Whenever we are after Bhog and Aishwarya, we know the diminishing value of material world. If I don't have any clothes, I want clothes. Once I got the clothes, I need a house. After I get the house, I need a bigger house. I need a car. It is a never satisfying. It is a never satisfying need in life. So, Samadhau na vidyate, those people who are attached deeply only with Bhog and Aishwarya, they will never be having the feeling of fulfillment. They will never have the feeling of fulfillment and they will never have the resolute brain. That is what it is telling. We all understand it. Now, there is a risk factor here. There is a major misunderstanding created by many people from this sloka. What is the major misunderstanding created? That, they have taken the other side of the pendulum. People have gone to the other side of the pendulum. They have thought that, that means we should not be going after Bhog and Aishwarya at all, which is basically the Buddhism and Jainism. Leave the world, then only you will get the Samadhau, then only you will get the fulfillment, Nirvana. Nirvana. You will get the feeling of Nirvana. You will get the understanding. You will be established as in Nirvana. If you leave Bhog and Aishwarya, what happened because of that thought? Because it is telling here, Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam. If I am deeply attached to the Bhog and Aishwarya, Samadhau na vidiyate. So I should not be attached to it. So I should leave it. That is the meaning people told. And so many people are even telling today. Leave this. दुनिया मोह माया है, पैसा हाथ का मैल है. दुनिया मोह माया है. But we all know that to live in this world we need it. We need money for clothes, for family, for house, for living. If we don't have money, we will not be able to live. Food. I can't buy food without money. So what is the meaning? Bhogeshwarya Prasaktana. And because of that wrong understanding, misunderstanding, wrong people, the bad people in the world took hold of the resources, of the natural resources of the world. They started killing good people because now they got the power in their hand. So here the word is, we have to understand very clearly that it is the word prasaktana. We should not be deeply attached to it. It is not telling to abandon it. We should not be deeply attached. Deeply attached means we are always in our mind having only thoughts about Bhog and Aishwarya. That is not supposed to be there. Just like Pradakshina which we talk, all our action, at the center of the action should be God. So we should not be leaving Bhog and Aishwarya. We should not be leaving money and power. If we leave money and power, somebody else will catch the money and power. And then they will beat us. They will treat us very badly. We should not be doing that. So we should not be having the prasaktanam. The word here is pra. The most important word is pra here, prasaktanam. We must earn money. We must get power in hand. We must utilize all the natural resources in the world. But we should not be prasaktanam. Asakta, prasakta. We should not be deeply attached only to that. That is the meaning of this sloka. That is why God has used the word here, prasaktanam. Bhogaishwarya prasakta. Do not leave it. Because if we leave it, the people who are bad people, who are selfish people, who will be only looking for themselves, they are not having the betterment of the society in their head. They think that other is the other person and only all the resources, all the power should be within my hand. All those kind of people will grab the natural resources in the world and then they are going to do the atrocities. And we see that happening nowadays. We see that happening every day. And then we wonder, oh, why God is not helping poor and good people? Why God is helping only bad people? Yeah. India was invaded by so many people. They came, they killed, they raped, they took kids with them, they misused the natural resources. And all the good people suffered. Why? Why all good people suffered? And then we say that, oh, there is no God. Because good people suffered. And they prayed this God. And it goes to the same, previous sloka. Because the meaning is not understood. So, Bhogeshwarya Prasaktanam. We should not be deeply attached. But we should be using it for the betterment of the society. If we do not go with the Bhog and Aishwarya, then our defense is lost. We will not have power to defend ourselves. And also practically if we see, living the world completely is not possible unless we die. Living the world is not possible completely. We need clothes. The biggest jnani in the world also needs a breakfast and lunch and dinner. Biggest jnani in the world. He will also be hungry because Prakriti Dharma will always kick in. We are embodied soul. So Prakriti is going to catch us. It is going to ask us, now I am hungry, feed me. It is going to tell that you should wear clothes because I am feeling cold. And we cannot get those resources unless we have got Bhog and Aishwarya. And that is why it is very important. It is very important to understand that Bhog and Aishwarya, Prasaktanam should not be there. But we should be using it. And that is what is even represented in our idols also. Look at our all idols. Look at all the gods in the temple here. And any temple for that matter. God is wearing a golden crown. If those things are Maya, why the God has to be having all those ornaments? Beautiful garlands. Very nice prasad. Good quality clothes. Why that is put on the idol? We have to think about it. That is why the Upanishad, the meaning, the reasoning, the logical reasoning has to be understood. It is not for leaving it, but it is also not to have the Prasaktanam, not to go into it. Okay, but now, Panditji, there is a problem. If we have money, if we have all this, then will we not be drowned into it? We will automatically be Prasaktanam. We will automatically be deeply attached because I have earned that with the hard work. I have earned that with hard work. Is it not very normal for a person that whatever they have earned with the hard work, they are attached to it? Not only resources, even the kids. If I have got my child, is it not normal for a human being to love one's children? Should I not be loving my family? Should I not take care of them? Where is the balance? Prasaktanam means deeply attached, but where is the balance? And so we talked about two sides. One who are telling that, oh, leave the whole world, otherwise you will not get nirvana. That is one side of the pendulum. The other side of the pendulum is Prasaktanam, deeply attached and only Bhog and Aishwarya and nothing else. Sanatan Dharma is a middle level. Sanyam, Sanatan Dharma Sanyam ka dharma hai. You use it, but with Sanyam. And how do we get the Sanyam? Because we take that as a prasad. We take that as a God given. Not earned by me, but given by God. When we understand that as a prasad, prasade sarva dukkhanam hani rasya upajayate. We'll get that sloka in the later part. So when prasad is, when we consider anything which is given to us, which has come to our life as prasad, we will be humble. We will not have superiority complex. So God is telling that it will come in the further line. So how we should be living? We should be living like we have seen in movies and we have seen in plays, right? The actors are coming. The actors do their actions, whatever role is given to them. And they put their whole heart into the action. They put their whole heart into the role. They cry. They make love. They love to their partner, even though they are not even partner in real life. They become angry. They kill each other in the movie. But when the action is done, pack up. They don't continue that. They have come out of the character. So when we have come here, we are here to do our job. We have to do our role. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachi. It will come also in the further slokas. We have to be nimitta. We have to be instrument of the God. Nimitta matram. Just like actors are playing, actors are putting their best effort in the actions. But once the action is completed, the acting is completed, they are walking out. In the same way, whatever actions, whatever responsibilities we have got in our life, take that as a God-given role and do that as much efficiently as possible. By doing that, we will not be prasaktanam, we will not be deeply attached to it, because we know inside, while the actor is acting, he knows very clearly that my name is so and so and I am an actor. That is why he doesn't get dragged. Imagine there is an actor he is supposed to do the role of a king. If he gets Prasakta Naam, he gets deeply attached with that, he will say that now I am a king. He will not come out of the character because he is so deeply attached that now I am a king. He will think himself as a king only now. But if he remembers that I am an actor, after working as a king in one movie, in the other movie he will work as a beggar. That is what is required. So we take that as a prasad, we do it as an actor. Oh, but how can we do it? I do not have experience. How can I learn that? Who will teach me that? Who will teach me that thing? It's very simple. We do it every day. In our sleep. When we are sleeping, do we think that I am a rich man, I have got so much money, and I will keep that thinking in my mind? Will I be able to sleep? I will not be able to sleep. I have to forget the world. I have to forget the world to be happy. I have to forget the world to sleep, because sleep is the biggest happiness, as we all know. If you can't sleep for 2 days, you have to rush to the doctor. Sleep is the biggest happiness in the life of a person, equally given to billionaire as well as a beggar. So in the sleep, as we forget everything and then we are happy, in the same way, while we are awake, you forget that you have earned, but it is given by God. Yes, there is an effort, but to do that effort also, the energy, the intellect is given to us by God. When that thought comes, we are in the middle path. Then we have a money and things in our hand, our power, but we will not have a problem of superiority complex. And same for inferiority complex, because it is same, two sides of the same coin. If I don't have, then I will not be having any inferiority complex. I will not be crying. I will not be blaming the world. I will not be begging around. But I will be a happy person, because this is my role today. And I will try working hard over this. That is why there is a balanced life. If we need a balanced society, if we need people to behave in a right way with each other, these are the thoughts. The thoughts of the Sanatan Dharma are the only way to go towards it. And that is why, as 2 sloka before that, it was the Ekeha Kurunandana. This is the only method. This is the only way for the happiness of an individual as well as in the society. We will not be dragged into vices. We will be stable. We will not be running away for a nirvana thought, or we will not be drowned like a swimmer. Imagine a swimmer. When a swimmer is jumping in the water, what happens? He knows how to swim. He has been trained. He has practiced. So when he is going for swimming, he is in the water. He gets water all around his body. He is sometimes inside the water. He is covered by water all around him, submerged. But his breathing is continuous. His heart is beating. And he comes out. He doesn't get drowned, or he doesn't become water itself. He comes out because he knows how to swim. Sanatana Dharma teaches us how to swim through this. And that is why the example is given as Vyavasayatmika. The example of the life is given as a Vyavasayatmika. Why Vyavasayatmika? Because Sagar means the sea, the ocean. The life is like an ocean. And we have to go through it. Vyavasayatmika par karna hai. There are so many bhajans, you must have heard about that. Vyavasayatmika par karna hai. Vyavasayatmika tair ke jana hai. What is the Vyavasayatmika? Where is that ocean? This is the ocean. And so we have to go through it. We have to swim through it. We can't bypass it. And we can't sit on the ocean shore. I will and say that no, I am not going to swim through it. Leaving the world is not the answer. refraining from the bhog and aishwarya is not the answer. The right answer is that we should be taking it with a Vyavasayatmika buddhi, the resolute brain, the resolute intellect. And that is what is being told by God in this sloka. There is another sloka, the 45th sloka, which we are going to take. It's already time now. So there is a 45th sloka which talks about Triguna, Traigunya. And when we come next time, next Saturday again, we will be joining again to go through the 45th sloka. Till then, I wish everyone a happy time. It's summer. Enjoy the sunlight, enjoy the yard time. Those people who are interested in gardening and all those, they will be going. Some people will be traveling. So I wish everyone a happy weekend, and we will see each other on the next Saturday. Till then, I wish everyone happy time and safe. Be safe. Drink lots of water. It's summer. So take care of yourself. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Para Brahma Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah.